Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the fuel pressure regulator on your Chevy Trailblazer. Now this is the Chevy Trailblazer with the 5.3 liter V8. So if you have another vehicle that's not a Trailblazer but that utilizes the General Motors 5.3 liter V8, the process is going to be pretty much the same with the same part. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you where you'll find the fuel pressure regulator on your vehicle. So as we come in here, this is your alternator. You have your fuel rail back there. If you come along the fuel rail, here's your ignition coils. Right along the fuel rail, about halfway through, right here, this is your fuel pressure regulator right here. This is the vacuum line that connects to it, and that's it. So it's pretty easy. It's right here on top. You don't need to remove anything. All we have to do really is just remove the vacuum line and then pull the clip off so we can pull it out, and it's as simple as that. Here's everything that you're going to need to complete this. First of all, you're going to need some kind of hose pliers, small set here, in case you need to remove any fragments of the old fuel pressure regulator when you pull it out. It's not uncommon for pieces to be left behind and you need to get them out. So I highly recommend that. Or you can use a pick or something small that can get in there and pull that out. Next, you're going to need a Torx bit and a ratchet. And this right here, I believe, is a T30 is what you're going to need to remove the intake housing. You're also going to need a flathead screwdriver, safety glasses, and a rag for any kind of fuel that might be coming out to kind of catch that. And then last but not least, you will need your replacement fuel pressure regulator. I'll put along the bottom where I got it. These vary in price depending on what brand and things like that. I went with a cheaper one because the vehicle it's going in has a lot of miles. I don't know how long it's going to last, so I don't want to put a lot into it. But these are the items that you're going to need. Now, before we remove it, we need to make sure that we release the fuel pressure out of the fuel rail and fuel line area there. That way it's not spraying out. So to do that, we're going to have to remove this duct piece here that connects to the mass airflow sensor and into the throttle body. I've already loosened the hose clamps, but normally you have to remove those. And then we can just pull that off here. Take that off. And then there's also a little screw here on top that you have to release right here. So now with this off here, we have our Schrader valve. I'll get a close up so we can go ahead and release the pressure there. Coming along here, if we move this out of the way, there's our Schrader valve right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that cap off. Just unscrew it. Put that off to the side. And this is pretty much what it looks like. So it looks kind of like the valve stem on a tire. So what we're going to do now is just put a rag underneath so that way we don't have any stuff spraying all over the place. And then we'll just take a flathead screwdriver. And let's see if I can get a shot of it from up here. Here we go. And then we're just going to come in here, push that in, and release the pressure. And as you saw, it does spray out a little bit, so make sure you're not right in the path of that, and it's not also a bad idea to put on some safety glasses before you do that. Okay, now that the pressure has been released, we're ready to remove the pressure regulator on the other side, and we still might have a little bit of gas that comes through, so we'll take the rag again, put it under on that side, so that way nothing drips through. So let's head over there and do that. So to show you up close, this right here is the vacuum line. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. And you want to be gentle. These things are very delicate. And just tuck it off there by that hose. So then you have this clip right here. And then there's a retainer ring. You can kind of see it sticking out here on the side. I'll see if I can get closer for you. There's the retainer ring. So what we're going to do is just take a flathead screwdriver to pop this clip off here, so that way we can get to the retainer ring, remove that, and then slide this out. But first I'm going to go ahead and pop off the clip, and then once we're ready to remove the retainer ring, then we'll put the rag underneath to catch any fuel that might come out. So we'll take the flathead. I found it easier to come on this side because the retainer ring has a little bit of a lip to it that kind of locks on that side. So if you can pop off the one side first, just put the flathead right in there, and then, all right. So now we should be able to just grab it with our hand right here. Just pull it up. And there it is. Next, I'm going to take our rag and just tuck it down in here. There we go. Get it around it. And you can see here how I have it tucked underneath of it. So now we can go ahead and remove the retainer ring and pull it out. And then if any fuel comes out, it'll be caught by the rag. Pull that. Whoop. A little bit of fuel came out and this thing broke apart, which is not uncommon. So we need to get in there and pull that last piece out of there. And there you can see what was left behind. So what I'm going to use, I just have a very thin hose plier here that I'm just going to grab it with. Some people use picks, whatever basically, but you just want something that will, and look, you can see the fuel coming out of there. Pull that out. You don't want to leave anything behind. But as I was getting ready to say, some people use picks to grab that as well. You can use either one. Another thing to keep in mind, you'll see there's a little O-ring right in the middle there that was left behind. Those can come off sometimes when you pull the old one. So make sure you always check on the actual regulator that came out. And if it's not on there, then you can grab just a little, either a pick or a little hook. Just go in there and just grab them out of there. So we're ready to put the new one in. So what we're going to do is just slide it right in. And you do have those O-rings on it, so you want to push it till you get it all the way in. Make sure this is going up so that we can connect the vacuum line. And we'll push it in. Sometimes you got to really work these in to get the O-ring to really seal like it finally did. So we have it in there now, so we're ready to put the clamp on it. Okay, hold that in place. We'll put the clip here. I'm going to bring it down. Make sure it goes here and there to hold. There we go. Hold everything in place so that way that does not move out. So we have it clipped here, and I'll get a close-up of how we clipped it on there. Now it's nice and stable. And you can see how the clip kind of went over that tab and then caught the lip here of the new regulator, and it did that all around. So that's what you're looking for it to do, to make sure that it's properly locked on. Now that that's on, we're going to go ahead and reconnect the vacuum line. So gently put that on there, push it all the way down, and that's it. The new fuel pressure regulator has been installed. Okay, that wraps up this video on how to replace the fuel pressure regulator on the 5.3 liter V8 Chevy Trailblazer. The next thing that you would do now is just put back the piece that we removed. So we're going to go ahead and put this duct piece back in. I'm not going to go over everything, but basically you're going to put it back over the throttle body, tighten that hose clamp, connect it back to the mass airflow sensor, and then we're going to tighten the T30 Torx screw on top and get that all back together. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope it was informative for you, helped you out with any projects you're working on. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.